The girl with 100 dogs in one house. In a quiet little town surrounded by green hills and golden fields, there lived a girl named Lina. Lina was only 19, but her heart was larger than the whole world. She lived in a small wooden house at the edge of town. It wasn't fancy, the roof sometimes leaked when it rained, and the walls creaked in the wind. But inside that small house lived something no one could believe. 100 dogs. Yes, 100. Big dogs, tiny puppies, brown, black, white, fluffy, spotted, all wagging tails and happy eyes. Every morning, the sound of barking filled the air like music. The neighbors called her the crazy dog girl. But Lina didn't mind. She smiled, tied her hair, and began her daily routine. Chapter 1: The Beginning of 100. It all started 3 years ago. Lina found her first dog, a weak, shivering puppy under an old bridge. She named him Lucky. Lucky followed her home that day, and never left. Then came Bella, Rocky, Milo, and Snow. One by one, more dogs appeared. Stray, hungry, lonely, but Lina's heart had space for all of them. At first, her parents were confused. Lina, her mother said, "We can't take care of so many animals." But Lina only smiled and said, "Mom, they have no one else. If I don't help them, who will?" She spent all her savings buying dog food and built little beds from old clothes. When money ran out, she worked at the bakery, waking up before sunrise just to earn enough to feed them. Chapter 2: The Town's Complaint. As the number grew, 10, 20, 50, then 100, the town began to complain. The mayor sent her a letter. "Miss Lina, keeping this many dogs is against local rules. Please reduce the number immediately." The neighbors shouted. "Your dogs are noisy. They bark all night." Some even threw rocks near her fence. Lina cried quietly that night. She looked at her sleeping dogs, peaceful, safe, and warm, and whispered, "I promised I'd protect you. I won't let anyone take you away." She cleaned her yard, trained her dogs to be quiet, and built a tall wooden fence. Still, people laughed when they saw her walking down the road with 50 dogs following behind. But Lina didn't care about what people said. She only cared about what was right. Chapter 3: The Storm. One night, the sky turned dark, darker than ever before. Rain began to fall heavily, and the wind screamed through the trees. It was the biggest storm the town had seen in years. The river beside Lina's house started to rise fast. She ran outside, trying to move her dogs to higher ground. "Come on, boys. Come on, girls. Inside, quickly," she shouted. But the water kept rising. Her house shook, and the roof began to break. Then, through the thunder, Lina heard someone crying, a child's voice, faint and scared. She grabbed a flashlight and followed the sound. In the flood, a small boy was trapped on a fence, holding on with all his strength. Lina screamed, "Hold on. I'm coming." But the water was too strong. She couldn't reach him. Then something amazing happened. Her dogs jumped into the water. Lucky, Bella, and Rocky swam together, pushing against the current. They reached the boy, barking and guiding him toward Lina. One by one, the dogs formed a chain, pulling him back to safety. When the storm finally ended, Lina and her dogs were cold, soaked, but alive, and so was the little boy. The next morning, the entire town heard about it. Chapter 4: A Hero and Her 100 Dogs. The mayor visited her home personally. He looked at the muddy ground, at the wagging tails, and at Lina, holding a blanket around the rescued child. He said softly, "You saved his life, and you say these dogs helped you?" Lina nodded, smiling through her tears. "Yes, sir. They're not just animals. They're family." Word spread fast, the girl with 100 dogs saved a boy. Reporters came, cameras flashed, and soon donations poured in. The town realized they had misjudged her. The same people who once shouted now brought food and blankets. The mayor announced, From today, Lina's home will be the first official animal shelter in our town. Lina couldn't believe it. Her dream had come true. She built new kennels, wide-open yards, and soft warm beds. Every dog had a name. Every dog had love. Children from schools came to visit, to play, and to learn about kindness. The dogs who were once alone now helped others smile. Chapter 5: The Meaning of Love. Years later, Lina still lived in that same little house, but now it was full of laughter, visitors, and happy barking. She didn't see herself as a hero. She only said one thing whenever someone thanked her. Love is not about how much you have, it's about how much you give. Sometimes, she sat on her porch in the evening, the sun setting behind the hills, 100 dogs resting around her. Lucky, her first dog, now old and gray, rested his head on her lap. She looked at him and whispered, "You were the first, and you gave me a family." The wind blew softly, carrying the sound of gentle barking across the valley. And for the people of that small town, Lina was no longer the crazy dog girl. She was the girl with 100 hearts. True love isn't about words, it's about action. Even when people don't understand you, keep doing good. Because one act of kindness can change everything.